Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is Sunday, March 24th, 2024, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App $ ORION NWSF or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got NHL action this Sunday night. The Montreal Canadiens versus the Seattle Kraken. Puck drop will be here in just a couple minutes. And I also got March Madness on the background here TV with Texas A&M and Houston. So I'm ready to go. I hope everyone is having a fantastic weekend. Let me cue some music here in the background, and we'll get started in just a couple of minutes. Let's go. I'm ready. All right, here we go. And on the thumb, you know what I had to do? I had to hit you with Nick Suzuki on the left. And then we're wearing the Winter Classic jerseys again. I thought it was only going to be like a one-off thing. Then they wore them again, and then they decided to wear them for a third time. So I don't know how many more times they're going to wear it from now to the end of the season, since the end of the season is approaching within about 10 or 12 games. So this might be the last time that we're going to wear the Winter Classics, but hopefully we can find a way to celebrate a victory at the end of the day. Anytime you end up getting on a 6, 7, 8, 9-game losing streak, it's really rough. It's tough. We know we're not going to the playoffs, but we want to make sure that we're finishing strong. That was a message from Hack, obviously, in the pre-show, and hopefully we end up getting a dub. It's not going to be easy. Montreal is equally as bad as us at this point. Montreal is 7th in the Atlantic. We're 6th in the Pacific, and last time that we ended up playing Montreal, we ended up losing, I believe, 4-2 in Montreal. So hopefully we can find a way to, get a victory. No guarantees, fingers crossed, but hopefully we can get it done. Sarah in the building. What's good? Let's get to 100 in donos. Let's do it. Smash that like button. And again, I got A&M and Houston on the TV here in the studio, so that way I can catch up on a little March Madness live while we're actually calling the game, so I can do a 2-for-1. And I totally forgot with the Showtime subscription that you actually can watch True, TNT, TBS, and all of March Madness through that particular subscription, which I probably should have did yesterday for the Duck game, but it totally slipped my mind that with some of these subscriptions that you can actually link up, through some of those providers to watch March Madness. So I'm ready to go. Hope everyone is doing good. Let me get the volume turned up here on my end for the game. All right, here we go. Ready to go. All right, baby, here we go. I did see that. I didn't watch all of it. Obviously, I was trying to catch up on a few other things here. 6-5 Houston. Turn the volume up on that as well. All right. I'm good. I'm good. Megan in the building. How are you? A&M 7, Houston 6. UConn up big at halftime. And I'm interested to see how the night kind of finishes out, to see all the teams that are going to be in the Sweet 16. Daniel in the building, what's good? Shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X as well as YouTube here as well. And hopefully we can cap off this weekend with a victory. We need it desperately. Let's go. And it's cool that they're wearing the Winter Classics again. I thought a few days back was going to be the last time that we were going to see them this season, but they decided to reward, the home fans maybe with this one last time with these Winter Classic jerseys, which is awesome. My favorite jersey in the NHL. So hopefully we can feed off that energy, and hopefully we can end up, getting a victory here at the end of the night. Now, who is going to be the hero for the Kraken? I mean, it's been a very tumultuous, rough, up and down year. Can it be possibly Bjorky? Possibly. Maybe Yanni. We got many, many individuals that need to step up. Maybe Jared McCann. I'm not really too sure, but we'll find a way. We have to. We got to stop losing. We have to stop the bleeding at some point or another. Let's go. I'm ready. A&M and Houston battling it out. And I would assume Houston as the 1 seed will end up winning this matchup. But again, in March Madness, you never know, what teams are going to get upset. Sarah, any upsets on the women's side or the men's side that you watched today that surprised you? Or any of the top tier teams that ended up playing maybe a little bit better than you thought? We got to make sure we maintain Nick Suzuki. That's going to be, the main piece there on Montreal, leading the team in points and goals. And then you have Matheson for assists. So those will be the two guys that you typically keep an eye on. And our record without Vince Dunn is terrible. It shows you how much of an impact Vince Dunn has when he plays. And I think we only have one win since Vince Dunn has been injured in that time period. I think we're like 1-9 or 1-10, something like that. So we need to find a way for Vince to be able to come back. But again, also he's injured and we only have like 10, 11, 12 games left. We're not making the playoffs this year, but we still want to make sure that we finish strong for Hack and the rest of the team. And as far as the fan base is concerned, not only in the Pacific Northwest, but globally, worldwide. Ohio State women, I saw that they were the higher seed, and then the Duke team ended up beating them. That was a little bit of a surprise. Other than that, anything else that you saw that kind of surprised you? And I'm glad that I ended up checking my subscriptions, because I don't have a cable box here in the studio. So I got one in the living room. But again, I usually will use different, streaming links. Sometimes it'll be through, whatever other extras that I can get. And pretty cool that, with the Showtime subscription through like Prime, and it gives you a few of the other ones that you can have access to. And it actually gets you access to the March Madness game. So I'm excited for that. Let's go, baby. We're going to get started here in a second. They're just doing the national anthems. Winter Classics, baby. Got to get a victory for Hack. Got to get off this losing streak. I did watch the race. I watch every race, so ended up watching the whole thing with Paisley. Enjoyed it, and no surprise. Obviously, Ty Gibbs is, being a young, NASCAR driver. I think a lot of people thought he'd be 2 or 3 years away, but he's had quite a few, top 5 and top 10 finishes. So he's kind of the breakout star. And it wouldn't shock me one bit if Gibbs ends up getting his first NASCAR Cup win this season. And obviously went down to the wire with Byron and a few others, but it was entertaining, And then I'll have to look at the schedule to see what we got going on for next week as well. I will. I'll get you the sighting as soon as I see it. They had him in the a pre-show interview, but I'm not sure if that's going to be the same getup that he's wearing, and I'm not sure when that interview took place. If it was actually 30 minutes or an hour before, or if it was like earlier in the day and he changed. But I'll definitely get that for you. Shout out to William Byron and Hendrick Motorsports. Those guys are dominant. We need a hero today. And Schedule is really, really light for NHL tomorrow. And obviously, March Madness takes a little bit of a break until next Thursday. So we'll figure out what we're going to end up doing, tomorrow for a stream. I mean, if there's some NFL news that ends up dropping, we could possibly do like an NFL stream. I wouldn't mind doing something like that, but we'll figure it out. And then as far as the matchups, thank you for Megan and Cyberpunk and Sarah helping out on the Twitter/X side. I appreciate that very, very much. It'll help get more people here on the Twitter X side as well as the YouTube side. No, I understand. You come through whenever you feel comfortable. But also remember, too, on the flip side, alienating yourself for a long period of time when you are going through the ups and the downs may not be the best thing to do. Everyone has, ways that they'll be able to heal and ways that they'll be able to maybe block out the noise. But also, too, and this is going to be from personal experience, and you can do whatever you feel that's right for you based on the upcoming events. But I found that, when I alienate myself and kind of go into that darkness mode, you might be able to do that for like a day or two, but anything past a couple days doesn't work for me. Then I feel like instead of it helping, it's hurting me. I feel like being able to, talk to my friends and being able to do certain things to, keep my mental health as sharp as it can be. And obviously you'll be able to manage that personally for your end, but hopefully it ends up being something that, it won't be a long-term funk, just a temporary funk. All right, baby, here we go. Let's go, Gru. But I know you'll find the right balance, with either stepping into some streams, playing some video games, or doing what you need to do to, make sure that you feel the best that you can in that time period. Mental health is very, very important. Make sure you're taking care of yourself and many things that you can do to be able to win the day, making sure you're eating a little bit better, exercising, listening to music, talking to some friends, making sure that you do those little things to win the day. Let's go. 9-7 A&M over Houston. Good energy in the building at Climate Pledge Arena here, wearing these Winter Classics possibly for the last time. Yeah, you'll be able to figure it out, when you might need a little bit. And we're always willing to brighten up your day regardless of when you decide to come in, So you just let us know, and we'll be here for you. Come on, baby. Tata. We need that Tata sauce today. Cartier. Ooh. All right. Tata, Alexiak, Borgen, Yamamoto, Cartier, Grubauer, and net. Let's go. It feels like a little bit of different energy. I mean, I know, when you're on a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 game losing streak, and, it feels like the bleeding is never going to stop. But I feel the bleeding will stop today, and we will win tonight. 2 shots on goal for the Kraken. Nothing yet for Montreal. Let's go. Yeah, and you can always message me, Megan, if you feel like it, between now and next week, and, for whatever, just photos or whatever, I'll be grinding every single day. So I'll make time for people. That's for sure. Kraken goal last game, Riker Evans, first goal in his NHL career. And we'll see if he can get another one at some point in the next few games. Oh, Primo. No problem. I got you. No sighting of a hack just yet. I'm going to refresh this real quick. For whatever reason, it didn't refresh. There we go. Okay. Oh, Tanev just wide. Primo. Good save. McCann, let's go, baby. Bring that heat, but bring that energy. Go, Yanni. We're on the offensive here, and obviously Montreal is equally as bad. The battle of the bads. We're better than them. But again, it feels like there is a little bit of a spark. Crowd is a little louder. The offense is a little bit more poised. Passing is a little bit more crisp. We're a little bit more aggressive out there on the ice, playing with a little bit more purpose, knowing that we need to end this losing streak. Let's go. Oh, good. Anything to be able to brighten up your day, watching your favorite TV shows, movies. A lot of times for me, what brings me joy besides collectibles like you is going back and watching old school things that I loved when I was younger. Whether that would have been when I was 5 years old, 8 years old, 12 years old, or maybe even in my early 20s. If there's a really good show or movie that maybe I haven't seen in a while, definitely that can give you a little bit of joy, even if it's only temporarily. 4 shots on goal for the Kraken, nothing else for Montreal. We got to limit Suzuki's action, and we lost 4-2 first time around, and that was on December 4th in Montreal. So a little payback for the Kraken, and I love the jersey choice of wearing these Winter Classics after we just wore them a couple days ago, but we're wearing them again. Love it, love it, love it. Deadpool, yeah. Wow. And there it is 1-0 Montreal. Come on, Kraken. Yeah, both Deadpools are good. They're very, very good. They're very, very well done. It's probably, that and Black Panther, as far as two movies that were maybe not as anticipated to do so good, not only in the box office, but like globally, as far as like fandom is concerned. But maybe not necessarily the second Black Panther because obviously Chadwick Boseman got cancer and he passed. If he was in it, I think it would have had a similar type of vibe as the first. But I feel that with Deadpool and with the Black Panther, those ones exceeded the expectations in the Marvel cinematic world. Of course, people thought Avengers was going to be great, and Iron Man. Everyone's got their favorites, Captain America, but those two have a strong place in my heart, and I definitely love both of those. And I can rewatch any of the Deadpool's or Black Panther at any given point and still enjoy them to this day. 1-0 Canadiens. Salkowski with the goal, batted in. That was cheap. Colossus, yes. There you go. 1-0 Canadiens. And we'll get a photo up in just a moment. Come on, baby. Unbelievable that Montreal only had one shot and it was kind of like a batted, deflected shot, and then they actually scored off of it. But we can't lose hope. We can't shrug our shoulders. We can't get sad. We can't get depressed. We got to find a way just to bounce back. And I think we will. Come on, baby. We got the Winter Classics on. We're at home. But that means, people got to step up. Jared McCann, Bjorky, whoever it may be. Unbelievable. I can't believe they scored off their first shot in the game, but I guess that's how the puck puck drops and the puck goes in. It's like the ball bounces sometimes your way and sometimes it doesn't in basketball. Same thing in hockey. No, well, no Vince Dunn, and we have a terrible record without him in. And we're on bottom line, we're just not a very good team this year. Like I said, we don't have enough offense. You know, goalie play in net has been on and off. Sometimes really good, sometimes not, and other times where we've been really good in net, we can't score. So kind of a similar vibe to the Seattle Mariners from time to time, where you have to be good in all phases of the game, and sometimes we're only good in one of three phases. Offense, defense, and in net. So we got to be able to put on a full performance, to be able to get victories. And it is what it is. Slavkovsky, number one pick a couple years ago, getting that goal to start it off. We got to make sure Slavkovsky don't go crazy. Golly, another goal? Alex Newhook, 2-0. Montreal, what the hell is going on here? You got to be kidding me. Unbelievable. Now just got the photo up of the first goal, and then we got another one. I mean, I don't know if you can pull Gru out of net, but we might have to. Unbelievable. Alex Newhook. Unbelievable. Deflections, one after another. There's the first goal, Slavkovsky. And then Alex Newhook, literally like a minute and a half later with number 2. 2-0 Canadiens? Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. Yeah, no guarantee that even with Chris that he would make a difference. Maybe he would, but I mean, offensively, that really has been the problem. No done, and offensively, we haven't been good. We haven't been able to score goals. So, but everything kind of came together. And I think we overachieved the year that they did go to the playoffs. And sometimes that happens. You end up getting better play. You're scoring more goals. Jared McCann's numbers were a lot higher, as well as a lot of the other studs that we had in that particular year. And sometimes you do overachieve, and you maybe are a year or two early. And we took advantage clearly. But we're starting to get a harsh sense of reality that we got a long ways to go to be competitive in the NHL. But yeah, that wouldn't hurt. I mean, it can't hurt based on how things are going. Giving him a shot, since lately Gru and Decord have struggled. So why not throw someone else in there and see what they can do? But like I was saying, a few months back, we're probably going to have to find better guys in net. As much as I love all three, you can love players as much as you want, but at the end of the day, if we keep taking L's, things have to change. So in the future, hopefully we can get, better quality play out of net, and we can get, a better center and better forwards and better defensemen, and we can, find the right combination of players in the future, to be a playoff team sooner than later. Another save. Unbelievable. Can't believe they scored twice already. How the hell are they going to score two off almost what? What do they have? 2 shots, 2 goals? Unbelievable. 2018 Houston on A&M. Let's go. But his NHL season for at least, the Kraken is coming to an end within about 12 games or so. They'll have the NHL playoffs, with the other teams, and I'll definitely, still be doing NHL, and then baseball's right around the corner as well. So we'll be able to flip-flop daily, between the NHL as well as the MLB. Sprinkle in wrestling about once a month with the WWE pay-per-view, and then a little bit of March Madness and some NBA also. And then if any news drops on the NFL, we'll be doing some NFL streams too. So 12-11 left in the first period, 2-0 Canadiens. I did not expect this type of start. Slavkovsky with the first, Newhook with the second. And the scary thing is Suzuki hasn't even scored yet, and they already have 2. Unbelievable. Dumoulin, Schwartz, Larson, Bjorkstrand, and McCann. Come on, Jared. Dumoulin with a shot just wide. 22-18 Houston in March Madness. Nine shots on goal for the Kraken, now 10. Unbelievable. I don't think I've seen this all year, and I've done many, many, many NHL games, and not just the Kraken. Montreal literally has 2 shots, 2 goals. I don't think I've seen that all year. Not that percentage, not, batting 1,000. And of course it has to happen to the Kraken when we're on like a huge losing streak. Tough, man. And we're wearing the Winter Classics. I mean, I feel terrible for the fans there at Climate Pledge Arena. But things need to change, But again, it might be a blessing in disguise of being bad because, if we can hit on the draft, and maybe we can get some players there and, maybe we can end up getting some free agents at some point. But bottom line, we need better players. We need better, players to score. As far as defensemen, it wouldn't hurt to get a couple, to challenge the ones that we already have, and maybe some more athletic forwards. But we need a lot of help, and then obviously we need help in net because it's just unacceptable, with the guys that we have right now. And they're streaky. Sometimes Grew and Decord will be good, but other times they're fucking terrible, and that's not going to cut it if we want to be able to make the playoffs at some point or another. Matt in the building, what's good? What's good, Matt? I've seen you've been watching some highlights there on Twitter/X. Some route running and whatnot. Shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X as well as YouTube. Hope everyone is having a good Sunday. .07 left in the first period. Canadiens up 2-0, and they've only taken 2 shots. It's the best start to a game I've ever seen, at least this season. Hopefully we can bounce back. We have to find a way to get a goal in this period, or at least early in the second if we have any chance. But I haven't seen them, at least give up, physically or mentally on the ice just yet. I mean, we got the real sweet Winter Classic jerseys on, but crowd is definitely quieted down a little bit after that electric start for Montreal. Eberle, Dumoulin, Larson, Tolvanen, and Beniers. But it shows you, if you have players that are decent, but they're not producing, like Bjorkstrand and Beniers and Jared McCann, we're relying on those 3 to be like the best players on the team besides the guys in net. And if these guys, aren't scoring or assisting, then this is the result that you get, a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-game losing streak. Brutal. But if we give up another goal in the first period here, don't be surprised if we have a goalie change. And it's funny, too, because Decord had the same thing happen a couple games ago where he gave up 3 to Vegas in the first period, but Vegas is one of the best teams in the NHL. And then Grew came in and did a decent job. We still ended up losing 5-4 in overtime, but he definitely settled the team down. But now it's almost reversed, where Grew is in there. He's given up 2. Hopefully he doesn't give up another here in the next 8:39. Otherwise, we may have Joey Decord in net. Schultz, Tartar, Alexiak, Cartier, and Evans. Hell, it might have to be Riker Evans getting his second goal of his career to help us get back into this matchup. I mean, I don't care who it is, but unacceptable. Offsides. Appreciate it, Matt. Helping out on the Twitter/X side for us. And hopefully we can get some goats to come in here to, take care of us. It's definitely hard to survive, when you're a full-time streamer and, you're not really getting the support that you need to be able to live. It's like, I don't need to be rich. I just need to be able to pay my bills, take care of Paisley and, That's it. And when you're having a hard time even doing the basic things, it's a little alarming and it's a little shocking and it's a little upsetting, to be honest. So hopefully we can get some people to change that. 2-0 Canadiens. Let's go, Gru. We need you. Schultz, Dumoulin, Schwartz, Bjorkstrand, McCann. 9 shots on goal for the Kraken, 3 for the Canadiens, and we're already down 2-0 in the first period. Come on now. Houston up 27-22 against A&M. Ooh, nice shot off the glass there for the Aggies. 27-24. Your boy's multitasking. Come on, Bjorky. Come on, baby. Get focused. Yeah, we need Dunn back. It's funny how he might not be the best player on the team, but sometimes you have like emotional leaders and good role players that you feel that, oh, maybe we'll be able to survive and play all right without him, and then you start to realize that you can't. And I'm not sure if it's just mental or what's going on with the team, but the record that we have with him and without him, it speaks volumes. We got a tripping penalty. Gord, Burakovsky, Borgen, and Tanev. Come on now. Now, I actually had some really, really good salmon dinner a few nights ago. Paisley can eat a little bit of that too, as long as there's not a whole lot of the pepper and seasoning on top. So it's like I might have to peel back a little bit of a layer, but Paisley loves it, and it's safe for her to eat. So she loves it, and she'll definitely eat anything that I give her for sure. All right, Canadiens on a power play here. Hopefully we can find a way not to go down 3-0. Otherwise, we might be seeing Joey Decord sooner than later if he's available. 6:10 left in the first period, and we got to make sure Nick Suzuki doesn't go off. Otherwise, this is going to be a long, long night. Wide left there. Come on now. Passing is pretty crisp. They're trying to find the angles here on the Kraken in the power play. This is making me nervous. Defense is not very good for the Kraken this season either, and not just in net, but just in general. So many things that we need to improve on, next season if we want to be a wild card team or a playoff team. Yeah, that would be good. Bills getting paid and me being able to survive and eat would be nice. All right, just a few more seconds left with this power play. Come on, Kraken, hang on. 9 shots on goal for Seattle, 4 for Montreal. Larson, McCann, Borgen, Cartier. Stay tough. There we go. Get that. No shots on the power play. Good job there. Actually, defense stepped up. All right, full strength. Let's go. Less than 5 minutes to go here in the first period. 2-0 Montreal. Just wide. Also, we need to be able to have, players set up in a position to be able to get a rebound. It feels like, like when you watch hockey and when you watch basketball, it's like, someone going on a fast break, shooting a three immediately, and then there's no one down there to get the rebound if they miss. And same thing kind of goes on the NHL side. I feel that, if you're gonna shoot, before everyone else is set, you better hope that it goes in because you're not going to have any chances for any rebounds. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's been a very tumultuous, up and down struggle, on this channel within the last couple years, and hopefully the support can get better rather than worse. So I appreciate you very, very much. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks with a little cactus jack. Bang, bang. $20 holla, 80 to go, and hopefully we can get other people to follow suit with Megan and with people like Reflect and Cyberpunk. We need more people to be able to support, instead of necessarily just looky-loos. Otherwise, if we just have looky-loos, I'm not going to be able to do this channel anymore. That's just bottom line. Facts. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Much love. Let me know what you want to do for photos, and I got you. 4:25 left in the first period. 2-0 Canadiens. Anything specific that you want for photos, let me know, and I got you. All right, no problem. All right, we got a little commercial break. Jagger Furcus leads all of the CHL with 126 points. We need him to come up at some point, like next year. Bob Clark Trophy winner, WHL leading scorer. We need that. That's what we're missing. It's like we need guys that actually can score, and obviously it's going to be different, being in the AHL or the WHL and like a lower league, like almost like a triple play, like a triple A compared to like MLB, professional. But if you're dominating on that level, hell, we need that. And hopefully we end up seeing him, on the Kraken next season, or whenever they have a room for him. Okay, I'll get you here in just a moment. Once we get to the end of the first period, and then I'll be able to throw some up for you. 30-27 Houston up on A&M. 11 shots on goal for the Kraken, 5 for the Canadiens. And I appreciate you very, very much. Because I don't think people realize, if we don't get the proper, support on the channel, like dead serious, I'm not going to be able to do this full time anymore, and I want to, this is the dream, this is the grind, this is the hustle. So hopefully we can end up, having people understand that, people can't take me for granted, and you got to be able to, show the love and the appreciation when possible. Otherwise, it's something that people are relying on me being online every single day is not going to be a reality anymore. And obviously, if that ends up being the case, then my mental health will go down into the fucking shitter, because this is obviously keeping my mental health up. But of course, when you're giving it your all and, you're not getting maybe the proper support, in return, it definitely, it gets to you, that's 100%. And again, I don't need to be rich. I just need to be able to survive. Bottom line, survive. That's it. But I think a lot of people don't understand that. People in the room here probably do, but maybe the people that aren't in here as often, they don't. 12 shots on goal for the Kraken. Wow. And there's the third goal. We might have a goalie change. Drew, what is going on, brother? Nick Suzuki, and I had him on the thumb. I had a feeling that he was going to score once or twice. And with a blink of an eye, 2:27 left in the first period. Nick Suzuki, 3-0 Canadiens. Unbelievable. Why are the Kraken so shitty? Nick. Nice goal by Nick Suzuki, assisted by Jordan Harris. 3-0 Canadiens. Candace in the building. How are you? Wow, 4-0. Are you fucking shitting me? This is ridiculous. Pull him. Should have pulled him in that third goal. What the hell is going on here? Alex Newhook with another goal. This is ridiculous. Decord's coming in. Should have came in already. Slavkowski with the first. Newhook with the second. Suzuki with the third. Newhook with his second goal in the first period. 4-0 Canadiens. This is, I don't even know what to say. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Oh, good. I know some of us definitely prayed, and that's great news because, for a little bit there, it sounded like that the baby might not make it. So awesome. I'm really, really happy to hear that. All right, now we got Joey Decord in. I mean, it can't get any worse than giving up 4 goals in the first period, can it? And Joey did the same thing. He gave up 3 against Vegas a couple nights ago, and he got pulled in the first. But I know we had this conversation, Megan, a month and a half ago on maybe we need better play in net. And at that time, the net play was better, but I still thought that, we probably need someone else, and whether that ends up being in a year, a 2 or 3 or 4 or in the draft. But as you see games like this, it's very evident that the play in net needs to improve, and it needs to improve drastically. And it's not just one guy, it's all of them, so. And I love all of them. It's not like I don't like Decord and I don't like Grew and I don't like Chris, but at the end of the day, I mean, this is unacceptable, if we want to be able to climb the mountaintops and be able to make the playoffs again. But it's not just the play in net. It's also offensively and defensively. It's a full kind of like a rebuild that we're going to have to do. I mean, offense, we're terrible. Defense, we're terrible. In net, we're terrible. Unbelievable. 7 shots on goal, 4 goals for the Canadiens. And I love them. Like anyone that's on the team, I'm gonna love because they're on the team. But then we have to, be critical thinkers, and we have to think, okay, if we stick with these guys for the next 3, 4, 5 years, what's going to happen? We're going to continually to be bad, and we're going to be one of the bottom 5 or 10 teams in the NHL, and that's not the goal. The goal is to win the Stanley Cup and make the playoffs. So, and it sucks, but sometimes you need to have a kind of a rude awakening like this to realize maybe these guys aren't it long term. Maybe short term they are, and we have no other choice for this season. And we'll see what happens next season. But we're going to need some new blood on this Kraken roster if we want things to change. I mean, this shit is heartbreaking as hell to me watching fucking 4-0 in the first period. I'm not sure necessarily if it was a fluke. We just were really good that year. And sometimes that happens, where you have one really good year where everyone is playing great together. You're getting good play in net. Jared McCann's numbers are through the roof. Everyone's, scoring more goals. Defense as a team is better, so maybe not necessarily a fluke, but we just had a good year and maybe we were a couple years early. And that happens in sports too, where you see a team that has a little bit of potential and they're young, but, they get it done, and sometimes that happens in the NFL, the MLB, and the NHL. And hell, it even happens in the NBA. Oh, Hack looks pissed. I saw the back of Hack's head, but I did not get a tie sighting. He walked very fast into the locker room there. But hopefully when he comes out, we'll get a tie sighting there. End of the first period, 4-0 Canadiens. All right, let's get some photos up here for Megan. Anything specific that you're wanting? I'll sprinkle in just a little bit of everything. All right, got you. All right, let me delete those. I'm gonna get some more room here. It's crazy because I really thought that this would be the game that would end the losing streak for us, but apparently I was wrong. And not only that, we're getting dominated, by a team that is equally as bad as us right now. (36-33) Houston. Man, graphics on these next-gen systems is amazing. 39-37 Houston. They're going at it. Turn this up here a little bit while we're waiting. UConn up big as a 1 seed, 68-52 against Northwestern. No surprise there. Yeah, I wish I had a next gen system. I'd be playing the same games that you're playing too. First time we've given up 4 goals in the period since Edmonton in November. Yeah, Penguins. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Penguins were up 4-0, and then the Avalanche came back and won 5-4 in overtime. But the problem is Avalanche actually have players on their team that can score fucking goals, and obviously the Kraken at this point do not. So I like the comparison of a team being able to come back from 4-0, but you have to have guys that actually can score, and we don't got players that really are on that scoring mode right now. So when you play, do you play online against other people, or do you do like the story mode when you typically play? Let me delete these. See if we can find some more. Yeah, because I would say normally with me, I would start off with story because you get so many people online, that are playing like, 10, 12 hours a day and they're like professionals and even like little kids that are like 5 years old. You got to be able to kind of get a feel of the game first. Even if you played the series before and then, get a little comfortable. And plus story mode is fun, to be able to try to beat the game and go through the cut scenes and whatnot and to get the feel for the missions. And then once you kind of have a handle on it, then jumping in. But I guess it just depends on every person's a little bit different based off their comfort level. But I usually would start off the same with story mode too. So let me see what else. Anything else that you want? Let me see here. One sec. captain. Let's see what I find here. That one didn't format. I got to get ones that format. One sec here. Shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X as well as here on YouTube for 0 Canadiens. Oh, that's a cool one. All right, let me see. I gotta save it, and then I can send it over to Sarah, and then I can format it from there. I think the file size on that one will fit too. Let's see. Let's see if the dimensions will fit. Ah, it does. How awesome is that? Awesome. Yeah, for me back in the day, it was when I ended up playing Xbox, it was either Call of Duty, if I wanted more realism, or if I wanted more like kind of a fantasy shooter than Gears of War. But normally those were the ones that I would spend a lot of time with. Besides like sport games with like MLB or Madden or 2K, but definitely had a lot of love for the Call of Duty series and Gears of War. I really did enjoy a lot, and I haven't even played all of them since the early ones came out. Cool. All right, let me delete those. Make some more room. You couldn't get into Gears of War? I loved it. Like I said, it takes a lot of skill to play that game, and if you have a friend to play with, like when I ended up playing it back in the day, we tried to beat the game together. It takes a lot of teamwork and like communication, and like I said, it wasn't easy. It was definitely a little difficult, but I like the style of that type of shooter type of game. But again, it may not be for everyone, but I enjoyed it. All right, where else do we want to go with photos? Anything else that you want to be able to see? Let me know. And then Megan, Matt, Sarah, if you want anything, just type it in the chat while we're waiting for the second period to start. And I got you. All right. Is there any other March Madness games? Yeah, I'm watching it right now. 43-38. I'm watching the halftime report. Is there any other games that are on right now, or is that the last one? I'm looking right now. All right, where are we at? All right, so we have Houston and A&M, and we only have one more game later, which will start in about 15 minutes. Yale and San Diego State. So I think I'm going to probably stick with this Houston game because they're the number one seed, and A&M is kind of playing them tough. And then what about the women's? Are they wrapped up, or do they? Looks like we got Baylor and Virginia Tech. But as far as like the superstar females, all of those games have been completed. Besides we got Stanford and Iowa State is the last one for the women's. and then Baylor, Virginia Tech. So it looks like there's only 2 games for the females and 2 games for the men's that are left for tonight. And then at the conclusion of those, then that'll be the Sweet 16. So and then we'll have to wait till what, Thursday, and then we'll go that route. So oh, that's a cool one. We'll see if I can get that one to format. Let's see. I sent it to Sarah. Let me see if I can format it. I don't think this one will format. This will be a different, but it doesn't matter. We can still put it up. Let's see here. Yeah, resolution on this one will be a little lower, but we'll still put it up for you. There you go. And usually, based off resolution, the clarity, and obviously the size of the image and whatnot, but very cool. Makes me want to play. Makes me want to have a next gen system, but can't even think about a next gen system when you have to think about what you're going to be able to eat the next day, or what bill you're going to be able to pay. Ooh, yeah. I'm definitely watching that. All right, we'll get some Caitlin Clark up here for you. The Hawkeyes and Caitlin Clark giving me a reason to pay attention, and not only to female basketball, but just to basketball in general. Second period going to start here in a sec, I believe. All right. I'll try to squeeze one in for Matt here. Make sure you're not drooling on your computer or your device. You're welcome. All right, second period about to start. Let's go. Come on, Kraken. All right, let's go. 4-0 Canadiens. 10 shots on goal for the Kraken with a goose egg. 8 shots on goal for the Canadiens with 4 goals. Unbelievable. Well, there's no way that we can tell because you're in Hawaii, so excess drool required. All right, come on, Kraken. We got to get at least a goal or two in this matchup. I mean, they're pacing for 12 goals. Unbelievable. No problem. Anything I can do to cheer you up, and like I said, I'm going to always take care of the people that will help support the channel so that way I can actually live and, take care of Paisley and, put food on the table and eat and pay bills. And then I'll take care of the rest of the people after that. So appreciate you guys and girls. Boom! There we go, Jordan. 4-1 Kraken. Hack lit them up in the in the intermission. There we go. There we go. Yes. Nice job, Jordan. That's exactly what we needed. Ebbs, my guy. Let's go, Kraken. Let's go. Now the crowd is trying to get into it. There we go. That's what happens. Throw up some Call of Duty photos, a little Caitlin Clark, a little Swifty for Matt, boom, shakalaka. Then we get our first goal. That's what I'm talking about. You got to be able to take care of others, right? 4-1 Canadiens. Let's go. Finally. Oh, we almost got another. Wow. Okay, they're focused now. I mean, I wish their focus was here in the first period. And I was hoping that, our play in net would have been better. But like I said, it's always like one thing out of 3 that we're good at in every game. Offense, defense, or in net. And it's like we got to be able to hit 3-on-3, and we got to be able to have better lines. We got to be able to find a better combination. I imagine the Hack will take responsibility for some of that too on trying to find the right combination with the lines, because I feel that in some games, that he's done a great job with that. But in other games, the players have underperformed for him. And, it's up to him as a coach to be able to, make a substitution with the line and maybe flip it up and switch it up a little bit. And I imagine that'll be something that he'll look into next year, sticking with guys maybe a little bit too long on the lines. It's like almost like in baseball, sticking with the pitcher a little bit too long. You got to be able to find that right sweet spot and that balance. Because sometimes when you stick with a guy a little too long, that's the end of the team. That's the end of the game at that point. So Primo with a nice save there where we almost got our second goal. Well, thank God for my mental health that they at least got something going there. Here we go, 3-on-1. Nice save. Rebound. Just off by Turbo. Now it's like, okay, now we're shooting. We're getting 3-on-1s, 2-on-1s, 2-on-2s. We're actually getting rebounds off deflected shots. It's not just a one and done, and then we have to go back on defense. So I like the energy that we're coming out here in this second period. Schultz, Dumoulin, Gord, Tanev, and the Canadiens are on a power play. Of course they are. Come on now. Matheson, Suzuki, Caulfield, Newhook, and Slavkowski. Come on now. This is a decent line for the Canadiens that they have in right now. Really got to keep an eye on Suzuki too, because he's so deadly for the Canadiens. He's going to be able to, set up his teammates, and he's the best goal scorer on Montreal, hands down, leading in goals and points for the team this season. Yes. Unbelievable that we had to give him 4 to start playing. And we should have pulled out Grew. As soon as that third goal hit, we should have pulled him, just like we did, early on for Decord against Vegas. As soon as that third hit, boom, you're out. but for whatever reason, Hack kept him in there. And then like a minute later, then they got four. So that could have, been a little bit better on Hack's part, to be able to not to give up on the game altogether. When the third goal hits in the first period, I don't care. That guy's out. You don't want to have him stay in there, even if it's only 30 seconds longer or a minute longer, because that ended up costing us a goal. And what happens if we end up coming back and we end up scoring 3 goals and we end up losing 4-3? Could have been 3-3. So little subtle coaching moves like that, where you're not really thinking that that's going to make a difference at that given point, but you never know. Obviously we're more than likely going to lose this game, and more than likely the Canadiens are going to put up at least a couple more goals. But little subtle details in coaching like that, we need to be a little bit sharper. Not only the players, but Hack himself. That little mental error cost us a goal. Whether he thought that, Grew was going to give up another one or not, but it happened. So, but at least we've only given up 4 goals in the first period twice all season. It's not a regular thing for us, but still hurts my heart. Little halftime show for Houston and A&M. What do we got? Dumoulin, Schwartz, Borgen, Yamamoto. Oh, we got Kyler in there? Let's say I haven't seen Yamamoto, barely in yet. Not very much ice time for him. Seattle power play. Come on now. Play with purpose. He said, boo them. Come on, Bjorky. Beniers, Tolvanen, Bjorkstrand, Schultz, and Eberle. This is a good line right here. If we can find a way to take advantage, we could get. Yeah! And just as I say, this is a good line. We can score here. Boom, shakalaka. 4-2 Kraken. And you have to look at the line. And when you look at the line and you follow every game and you watch every period, you can tell when certain lines have better players in and they match up together better. Beniers, Tolvanen, Bjorkstrand, Schultz, and Ebbs after getting a goal. Boom, there we go. Matty Beniers, baby. Let's go. There we go. Nice job, Maddie. It's been a minute. Yes. Good job, Maddie. We need you. Ebbs and Beniers. Let's go. Oh, they're trying to fucking call a challenge for offsides. Boo. You're already up 4-2. Come on. Now this game is better, but see that little mental error by Hack. And normally I don't have anything really good or bad. It's like, he's doing his job the best that he can, being the head coach. But that one slight mistake, with Hack of not pulling Grew as soon as that third goal hit. What happens if we actually come back, in this game? I mean, hell, we've gotten 2 goals in a matter of a couple of minutes, and it could be 3-2 right now instead of 4-2. But the way that we're playing, we might be able to make up the difference and save Hack. But those little subtle errors, we've been having those things happen the whole season. Like, we have to be sharp at every single moment. Oh, boo! Offsides, no goal. You got to be kidding me. Boo! All right, Hack sighting. He's got a kind of a dark blue blazer undershirt, and looks like he's got the maroon on it, but they just cued away from him. Yeah, but 3 goals in the first period. How many more chances do you want? Everyone in the NHL pulls their goal after 3. No one pulls their goalie after 4 or 5. Come on. 3 goals. And, if you did it for, Decord and then you brought Grew in, I mean, 3 is enough. 3 is pretty much the game's over. You know what I mean? You never want to wait till the 4th or 5th goal in the first period to pull the goalie. And that's not just for the Kraken, but that's universally for any goalie in the NHL. There's no circumstance, no matter if it's the number 1 goalie in the NHL. If you give up 3 in the first period, sit down. We got to mix it up and switch it up. You know. Now, if it's someone else, like a center or a forward or a defenseman, give them all the time that they need. You know what I mean? But as far as guys in net, three in the first, I mean, you're already pretty much setting yourself up, to look an uphill battle, right? But that subtle mistake by Hack there, which he barely makes throughout the season, that could have been prevented. And now with our bad luck, supposedly offsides, and now we end up getting a goal taken off the board. Boo! Why you got to rob Maddie of a goal? We need Maddie to gain confidence. That's rough. Boo these officials. Boo these refs. I still love you, Maddie. Hopefully that will light a fire in Maddie's ass, and hopefully he's laughing with the ref right now. He's like, dude, you're taking my goal away, man. Like, I'm not scoring that often as it is. All right, come on now. I mean, the energy is good. We got 2 goals in a matter of a minute or two. That one got taken off the board, but let's go. But that was a good line. Now we got Ebbs, Schultz, Dumoulin, Tolvin, and Beniers. This line isn't as good, but we still got Maddie and Ebbs in there that could score. Not saying that Schultz, Dumoulin, and Tolvin and can't, but I like that line with Bjorky in there too. It's like, when you're struggling at scoring, it's like you need to be able to have 3 guys out of 5 that can score when you're struggling. When you're not struggling, you can have like 1 out of 5 or 2 out of 5. But the way that the Kraken have been playing, it's like if we can have 3 guys that you feel confident that could possibly get it done, and anyone can score a goal, but you know what I mean? Like, you have a little bit more comfort, when you've seen a guy score with Ebbs, and then, with Maddie and Bjorky, and now Bjorky's in. Now this line's a little bit better, and it's what it was. Beniers, Bjorkstrand, Dumoulin, Schwartz, and then they just made the line change. Dumoulin, Schwartz, Larson, Gord, Tanev. So, because like some lines are more defensive oriented, kind of like this one, and then others are going to be more offensive oriented. And sometimes you got to have a balance where it's a little bit of offense and a little bit of defense. We got Turbo in there. Offsides. Purdy's at the Iowa State. Nice, representing his school. Yeah, maroon tie for Hack. Still looking a little frazzled, a little unhappy, but again, at least we're putting out the effort. We're not just going through the motions and just skating out there. Otherwise, if that would have happened, we probably would end up losing 7-0 or something of that nature. So, effort is everything for me. Like I said, in sports, I like to have energy. When I'm watching the game and the crowd, I like to feel that energy. And also, I like effort. It's the double E's, just like our boy Elliot Evans. I need the double E's. I need effort and energy. And if I get that, then we're going to end up having a good broadcast and a good game. 45-40, Houston over A&M, 18-10 left. Let me turn this up in the background. Let's go, baby. Tanev, Gord, Larson, Schwartz, and Dumoulin. Let's go, Kraken. I'd love to see Bjorky get a goal at some point in like the second or third period. He's overdue. Gosh, I wish that wasn't offsides. That one really hurt. 4-2, and the crowd was getting more into it. Like, realistically, when you're down 4-0, you're going to lose like 99% of the time. Unless you're like Pittsburgh today that had a 4-0 lead, and then you play against a good team like Colorado, and they found a way to get 5 goals and win in overtime. But we're not Colorado. So Ovi, most 25 plus goal season in NHL history. Gordie Howe, number 1 with 20. Number 2, Alexander Ovechkin with 18, tied with Jaromir Jagr. Unbelievable. I see you, Ovi. All right, we got 13 minutes to go in the second period. I got to turn down this basketball game a little bit so I can actually hear what's going on here in the matchup. Ebbs, Schwartz, Alexiak, McCann, and Borgen. Let's go, Jared. We need you. McCann's numbers have been way, way down too. It's a combination of shitty play in that, McCann not being the normal Jared that we're used to, and no Vince Dunn. And there's a lot of other factors in that as well. Nice save by Joey. 13 shots on goal for the Kraken, 11 for the Canadiens. Let's go. Ooh, nice three from the Cougars, 51-42 Houston over A&M. Wow, San Diego State up 10-0 on Yale. I don't think you're going to get an upset on that 13-5 seed. Unbelievable. What a terrible start for Yale. Hit the books, Yale. 10-0, embarrassing. That's like the Kraken starting off in the game against the Canadiens down 4-0. Oh, they just hit a 3, though. All right, they're back in it. Primo, good save. Tata. We got some Tata sauce. Tata, Dumoulin, Alexiak, Burakovsky, Yamamoto. Play stopped. Beautiful jerseys. Winter Classics. No problem. Ohio State 1-0 over Wisconsin. Tough outings for Wisconsin sports. For like Air Whitey. I know Air Whitey follows everything out there. $14 shots on goal for the Kraken, 12 for the Canadiens, 4-1 Montreal. Let's go. We got to get this second goal in this period. We got revenge from last year. Okay. Let's go, baby. We need you. I mean, if we can hold the Canadiens to no more goals for the rest of the game, I actually think we'll have a very small percentage, but we would have a shot to come back in this matchup. I think it would be tough, but if we can get that second goal in this period and then find a way to just get 2 in the third, which is easier said than done. But again, our overtime record and our shootout record is terrible. So if we did go to overtime and we did end up getting it to 4-4, we probably would still lose, but it's all about effort. The Frozen Four, nice. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Every once in a while, Portland, Oregon will host, some of the tournament games for the men's or the women's during March Madness. But as far as the Frozen Four, normally I don't watch that, but depending on who's in it and what my schedule is, I always try to kind of take a peek on as many things as I can, even if I don't watch the whole thing. 1-on-1. Schwartz just wide. Ebbs, Schultz, Schwartz, McCann, Borgen for the Kraken. Not JT in the building. What's good, brother? What's for dinner tonight, bro? What you got cooking for you and the kids? 15 shots on goal for the Kraken, 12 for the Canadiens. I got March Madness here on the background as well, watching number one Houston going against A&M. Jam-packed weekend of sports, college hoops, men's and women's, as well as the NHL. Dumoulin, Larson, Gord, Burakovsky, and Tanev. Let's go. We need a spark. Come on, Turbo. Tata is in, or he was. Come on now. 9 minutes to go in the second period. Here we go. 2-on-2. Tata, Larson, Alexiak, Yamamoto, and Tolvanen. Come on, Seattle. Hey, depending on how you make that, sometimes that hits. It's all when you have that rainy, cold weather. Sometimes the broth, and then adding a couple extra things to it, like an egg or two, it definitely can elevate it to the next level for sure. Yeah, I just got done watching the newest season of Next Level Chef, which isn't completed yet, or it was Next Level Chef, and then Master Chef Junior. So I'm always enjoying when Gordon Ramsay comes out with new shows out in the spring or in the fall, and I'm all caught up with both of those. So it's amazing to me to see like the talent because when they do Next Level Chef for Gordon Ramsay, they do a professional chef, they do a social media chef like on YouTube, and then they do like a home chef. And when you see these home chefs or a social media chef beat a professional, it's badass. It's like it's amazing to see, because everyone assumes the pro is going to win. And then when I watch MasterChef Junior, it's amazing to be able to see kids that are 8 to 11 that are better than 90% of people in America, doing what they do. And some of them have been cooking, since, 3-4 years old. So, they might be 8 or 9, but they might have had 5 years of experience of cooking, almost every day with their grandma or grandpa or mom or dad. And I really admire those kids and their passion for cooking at that early age. It's awesome to see. Inspiring. 55-48 Cougs over the Aggies. No worries. I'm good. How are you, bro? We missed you. 8:41 left in the second period. 4-1 Canadiens. Come on now. All right, Joey, we need you. This is going to be a tough ask, but hopefully we don't give up any more goals the rest of the way, and we might be able to get back into this. $57-48, Cougs. Houston looking a little bit better than I thought they were going to look. Obviously as a 1 seed, because normally Houston, when they are number 1 in the country, like last year or the year before, they kind of choke in the tourney, but they're looking pretty good, at this point. So it looks like maybe Houston isn't a pretender this year. Maybe they are actually a contender. We'll find out if they end up winning tonight and then what they do in the Sweet 16. Come on, Bjorky. Schultz, Bjorkstrand, Burakovsky, Borgen, and Beniers. This line is decent. You got 2 guys that might be able to get something going for us here. Come on, Kraken. We're on a power play right here, too. And especially when we're on a power play, like if it was me and I was coaching, that would be the opportunity that you would have 3 of your top goal scorers in at the same time, or two that are primarily really, really good, and then maybe the guy that scored, today. You want to make sure that you're putting the pressure on. You don't want to have just one guy that can score when you're on a power play. When you get goals, you want to make sure 3 out of the 5 are going to be guys that actually can get the goal in net. Little subtle details like that. Beniers and Bjorky. So you got 2 right here. Borgen, Burakovsky, and Schultz. It's not like they can't score, but obviously I would have someone in other than those 3 right now when we're on the power play down 4-1. Like I would probably have Ebbs in there since he scored the first goal. Ebbs, Beniers, and Bjorkstrand. That would make sense. But again, little subtle details like that, those are the differences when you end up winning or losing. Primo with a save. 80 to go. Shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X as well as people on YouTube. Appreciate you. You haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. We need one more for double digits. You haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. Help your boy out. Good for analytics and metrics. Yamamoto, McCann, Burakovsky, Schwartz, Tata. Uh-oh. Pass intercepted. Uh-oh. 1-on-1. Five, 1. Canadiens on a 1-on-1. Brutal. Mike Matheson. Unbelievable. Matheson with that great speed. Well, that's a knife to my heart. Jared McCann, mental errors, man. I gotta get a better photo of Matheson. That one wasn't up to standard. There we go. Oh, that one didn't format. Five 1 Canadiens. Montreal whooping the Kraken's ass. 2-on-1. Primo with a save. A lot of 1-on-1s and 2-on-1s and 2-on-2s. Yale with a comeback, huh? 59-50 Houston up on A&M. 19-12 San Diego State up on Yale. Nice for Yale to come back being down 10-0. Primo with another save. Ay, ay, ay. Well, just like Reflect said and a few others, at least baseball is around the corner. We already know the Kraken are eliminated out of the playoffs, but just because we're not very good this year doesn't mean I'm just going to quit. On them. Like I said, sometimes it's going to be the Kraken's year or the Mariners' year, and other times it's not. But I'm going to continue to keep grinding it out for the team. So, but baseball is just approaching, which is nice. Busy day for the Canadiens. Busy, busy, busy. Well, they ended up changing that goal early. New hook, Suzuki, new hook. And they ended up taking the goal away from Slafkowski, huh? Okay. Five, 1, Montreal. Come on now. Onyx in the building. What's good? Jagger. Shit, like the way that the Kraken are playing, we need like the first pick in the draft. We need a Connor Bedard. It's like we need to be like the Chicago Blackhawks and to be able to kind of rebuild. I have an interesting question. When's the last time a goalie got picked first overall? Someone needs to look that up. Because normally we hear of like centers, that are normally picked first overall in the NHL draft. When's the last time that we actually had a goalie and net get picked first overall? I can't think of that off the top of my head. But someone should look that up. Educate me. We're at 20, 80 to go. Let's get there. Smash that like button, baby. Five minutes to go in the second period. Ebbs, Schultz, Schwartz, Alexiak, and McCann. Marc-Andre Fleury, what year was that? Shows you how, it doesn't happen very often. At least not to my recent knowledge. I mean, it's like most of the time it's, typically going to be like a center, or a forward. Has there ever been a defenseman that's been picked number 1 overall? That would be hard to believe. Maybe way, way back in the day or something, but I would assume it's like centers and forwards would be the number 1 pick most likely. In 2000, 24 years ago. 4:30 left in the second period. 5-1 Canadiens. Cougars up 59-50 against the Aggies in March Madness for the men's. And San Diego State up 21-12 over Yale in the first half. Kraken 2-on-2. Primo with another save. He's doing great. Wow, unbelievable. Could have been 6-1. That one hit the crossbar. He's trying to get the hat trick right there. Close. Less than 4 minutes to go. Tata, Dumoulin, Borgen, Yamamoto, and Tolvanen. Joey Decord in net after Grubauer gave up 4 goals in the first period and got pulled. But that's cool that I won't have to use the link for the computer, for March Madness. I can just, watch it on. I'd rather watch it on obviously the TV anyways. Nice three by the Aggies there. Twenty shots on goal for the Kraken, 16 for the Canadiens. 3:44 left in the second period. Come on now. Ebbs, Dumoulin, Schwartz, McCann, Borgen. Let's go. I don't think we have another one available. But normally that's Dredge. He got sent down. Obviously as our third goalie and whatnot, but I don't think he's available tonight. So we have to go with Joey Decord the rest of the way. So, one guy gave up 4, another guy gave up 1. So, it's not like we're coming back and winning this game. But again, it's all about effort, and if you want to be a part of this team and the rebuild and trying to, get better, these are the type of games that, coaches and fans watch to see who gave up on the team and who didn't. You can tell a lot, when guys and girls get into, adversity, and how they handle adversity in tough situations. Some people fold and some people rise. Like your boy, I'm a fighter, no matter what. Dumoulin, Bjorkstrand, McCann, Borgen, and Cartier. Let's go. Gooley. Oh, baby. Free throw is good. 61-55 Houston. 8:43 left in the second half. It'll take a miracle for A&M to come back, but they might. They're kind of chipping away. Houston definitely is the better team. As long as they don't shoot themselves in the foot, they should be able to advance. And same thing with San Diego State. They're going to advance. Yale is down by too much. Oh, nice steal by A&M. Oh, he missed the dunk. Should have passed it. He got selfish there. Yeah, they're playing good for a 9 seed. And I assume there was a few people that picked A&M for the upset tonight in the bracket. All right, we got 2:12 left in the second period. 5-1 Montreal. Come on now. Larson, Alexiak, Bjorkstrand, Cartier, and Beniers. And this is a good line here. We might be able, I don't know how long they're going to keep him in, but if we keep this line for the rest of the 2 minutes, we will have an opportunity to score. The real question is are we going to be able to prevent any goals on our end with the cord? Come on, Kraken. Good pass. 2-on-2. 3-on-3. Oh, my God. So close. Oh. Oh. Snow Angel on the ground by, oh, my God, Premu. We had 3 chances right there. Good pass. Tried to find the crease. Stuffed. Premu stuffed again. Puck gets loose. Stuffed again. And then you got a couple defenders there for Montreal behind the goalie to help him out. If he's not there, that's a goal. What are the chances of a player getting behind the goalie to be able to make the save? I guess that's the Kraken's luck, huh? Literally behind the goalie in the crease to block the shot. Ridiculous. But that was our opportunity right there. Schultz, Gord, Burakovsky, Borgen, Tanev. Like I said, that line had 3 guys that we tried, but unfortunately we didn't get anything. All right, we got a minute to go. Yeah, well, when you beat the shit out of the opponent by as much as they did, I think they impressed everyone. living up to the 1 seed. Drew Brees and Mike Allstott are happy. Purdue alums. Yeah, good stat line. 10 hits. Wait, how many? 10 hits for Montreal, 18 for Seattle. 23 shots on goal for the Kraken, 16 for the Canadiens. 27 seconds left here in the second period. Losing streak is going to be extended. I just hope that we don't lose the rest of the games the rest of the way. It'd be terrible. End the season on a 20-game losing streak. I mean, unless it helped us with like draft position. I mean, hell, if we would lose 20 in a row, but we could get the first pick in the draft or something, that would be worth it. But I know we're not going to lose the rest of the games. At least I hope not. But if we do lose the rest of the games the rest of the way, it'll be like an 18-game losing streak or something crazy like that. So hopefully that doesn't happen. Wow, 92 miles an hour. Primo playing great in that. Hopefully one day we'll have that. 63-55 Houston. Second period closing into an end. Damn, Primo's everywhere. We should have 2 or 3 goals by now, but what can you do? I mean, we're even getting shots off rebounds, which is not really characteristic of the Kraken as of late. So normally it's a one and done. You get one shot, that's it. But tonight we've had multiple opportunities with 2 or 3, but nothing there. End of the second period, 5-1 Canadiens. All right, let me turn up this basketball game now. Oh. All right, we're at intermission now. All right, turn this up a little bit more. All right, let me know what you guys want to do for photos if you guys want to see anything. I need to get something to drink. All right, give me a sec. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back.
And now they have no more fouls to give. Number 6 on Texas A&M. Will come up on the 7-minute mark.
All right, I'll sprinkle in a few for you guys. All right, give me a sec here.
That's why I think you have that Taylor touching the ball, Spiro. Force him to either shoot the ball long range, get him to do something with the ball in the middle of the floor, driving, or pass the ball. Here he comes. He's double teamed right here. They slip cut. What does he do? He finds him and gets it to the free throw line. Now you have to make the free throws because this is not
Armando.
Texas A&M team. 15 and 18 before that. Now 16 to 29.
And just think of how good this A&M team has been.
Especially how their season ended last year in the tourney, wanting a little bit of redemption. And it seems like, between North Carolina, Duke, and Kentucky, North Carolina still has been able to, for the most part, hang around and still be kind of relevant. Every once in a while, Duke and Kentucky, but again, it's like, based off coaching and people being there, not being there, But North Carolina will always recruit well. Jordan Brand, the Jordan shoes, and it's North Carolina. But I feel like Duke and Kentucky, they don't have that same type of mystique anymore like they did, from back in the day. Yeah, and Dean Smith, Roy Williams, some good coaches. Coaching is everything. Makes a huge difference. Recruiting, skill set, and being able to get the most out of the players. Great coaches don't just grow on trees, man.
Down on the perimeter by Washington as we hit the 6-minute mark. Here in Memphis, here's the competitor at 10. Let's see what he can do.
66-58 Houston. In and out, no good. Armando's got some dope photos.
Was close to a tie-up, but it was a fall down with possession, which is a walk. So here you see the rebound come off. Get possession, two hands on the ball. Yeah, I think that's a good call. Catches it, falls down with it. So they put 20 on the shot clock. Way to Taylor, the inbounder. Here comes Redford looking for any kind of thing. Looking for the defense by Sharp. Washington, off target. Let's touch by Redford. I would almost say that the best part of Calvin Sampson's defense is watch the way they react here. Get out in position, get out of position again, and you're stopping people from going by it. That's probably the stamp that I would put on Calvin Sampson's defense. And Spirit, the big guys do that also, just on the perimeter play.
Calvin Sampson refers to the Holy Trinity.
Shep in the building. What's good? I've missed you, man. I've been worried about you. Yeah, we got intermission right now, 5-1. Now I'm just watching March Madness here in the studio with Houston. Working a lot. Good to see you in the room, though. Yeah, anything you want to see, brother? You let me know. I got you.
So they do get Washington. That clearly appeared to be the correct call. As the officials started striking initially down the other way.
66-58 Cougs. All right, let me delete some of these photos, make some more room. Gotta make room. I think it only allows me to have like 100. Yeah, opening day, right? What you want me for baseball? What Braves players you want me to showcase for you? Yeah. But also too, Megan, not everyone is going through the same things that you're going through. So if I have to give more photos for people that are struggling, and sometimes good, sometimes not as good, I'm going to make sure I cater to those people. Obviously people that donate are going to get first dibs, but I'm still not going to leave out the other mods and the other goats and the other important people on the channel as long as I have time to squeeze everything in. So. And plus, like I said, sometimes, a photo can really help. You know what I mean? It's just like watching a TV show or listening to a song or watching a video. It's like, sometimes the little subtle things can help turn your day around. Watching a video, on socials or something coming up on the timeline. Sometimes you have to make your own happiness, but sometimes, if you have people that care about you, they'll go out of their way when they care about you and love you to make your day better. All right, I got you.
Program to the holy grail of college basketball.
Let's see if I can find you a Brave spinning logo. I know I got a couple different options. Best mustache, baby. I still got all my Braves ones. Got like 4 of them. I got the tomahawk chop. I got some good ones too. '69-61 Cougs over the Aggies. But good to see you in the room, man. Hey. Yeah, you don't got to tell me. I'm still paying back shit from 2022. You know what I mean? Things are not good. You know what I mean? Like I got no money for myself. Barely a head above water, to be honest. You know what I mean? So. But hopefully we can get people, to step up, and we can get some other newbies to step up, and so that way I can continue to do this stream. Are you going to look for a new opportunity? It might be good for you. Sometimes change is good, especially if things aren't what it was. You got to be able to figure out what's best for you. but as long as I can, eat, and I can, take care of Paisley, and just cover the basics, that's what I need to do. So. But on the bright side, at least this is coming around. So this will bring us some joy. Shit, you should move to Oregon, bro. Come hang out with your boy. There's jobs here. It just depends on what you want to do. You could work from home, and do something, over the phones, or, something basic, through emails and whatnot. And, or if you want to be, at a warehouse or at a place, you can, do that. But there's opportunities here. Yeah. I mean, it just really depends. I mean, most of the time when I have jobs, I'm doing phone sales and I'm making really, really good money because I'm very skilled at that. I did phone sales for like 20 years and, we have a lot of opportunities in the Pacific Northwest because they outsource a lot of their contracts in Oregon and Washington, which a lot of people don't know that. When you call in to your cable provider and you call into certain places, a lot of times you're calling and talking to someone that's in Oregon and Washington, not necessarily like India every single time. But normally it's phone sales, for me, which is extremely stressful, but you can make a lot of money, or, doing some type of warehouse work. But again, I have to take care of Paisley and, I don't really have an opportunity to, and also too, with a vehicle, it's like people don't understand my life, and where it's at. Like, I don't even have a vehicle, what I mean? I had one and it broke down, so it's like, I don't even have a vehicle. So it's like, I'm just trying to be able to do my dream and take care of Paisley. So, a lot of people, they think they're in a bad situation, I mean? Everyone's situation's a little bit different, but yeah, but I wouldn't be able to do a dispensary job. Oh yeah, you wouldn't necessarily get one in Portland, but if you went into like, the burbs, like Beaverton, and this general area and, and other areas other than downtown Portland. I mean, every state is going to have a ghetto and every state is going to have a section where it's like dangerous and there's homeless people and there's like craziness there. It's not just Oregon, they show you based on what they want to show you in the mainstream media, with like, riots and all kinds of crazy stuff and whatnot. But, other than that one particular area, there's a lot of beautiful areas here. And, I would never live there or work there, but again, there's lots of opportunities here, bro. Yeah. And plus it's like, I don't know, they don't pay enough at a dispensary. It's like, I can go to dispensary and be like a fucking weed wizard and get paid like minimum wage. Why would I, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm better than that. Not that I'm, too good to work at a dispensary. I think it would be a fun job, those people there, they all know me, on all the places and stuff. But, if you're going to be working at a place that has cool people, but the pay is terrible, then, I could think of a lot of places that I would rather work at rather than a dispensary. But I think I could be good at a dispensary, though. I could turn into the Harry Potter of weed. And if they would be able to give me a discount, then that would even be a bonus too. But unfortunately, dispensaries don't pay shit. So shit, fuck, dude. I think we're both already there. We might have to hit up the OnlyFans if I'm not going to be a weed wizard. You gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? Shepard Williams, OnlyFans. O-Dog, OnlyFans. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, Bubba. Shit, I think I would do well. and even if people didn't know me on YouTube, I think I would do well. Not like the females do, you know what I mean? Obviously, if you're a girl and you're a good-looking girl, you're gonna make more money than any dude, unless you're like a famous dude, you know what I mean? Or if you had a job in the entertainment industry already, then you're already gonna be making bank, bank, bank. But Wow, 76-65, Cougs. Might be different in Washington compared to Oregon with you guys not having tax and whatnot. Oh, it's happening, Matt. OF. Hey, you got to get money. You got to get money, bro. All right, we're in the third period now. All right, let me turn this down. Matt's like, I can't believe you would do that. And then 2 months later, Matt, OnlyFans. I'm talking about state tax. You know what I mean? For certain things. Like, you got to pay more up there. Stuff in Washington is a lot more expensive than Oregon. I mean, unless you show your like Oregon ID and then you can get discounts on stuff. Ooh, big three. All right, let me turn this up. $79-67. Houston about to get the dub. Yeah, for real, bro. You're like, no, you don't have to be nude, to make money on there. You know what I mean? Like people, you could do like just normal stuff, not like anything like X-rated, and you can help the bank account. It all depends on if people want to be able to support you or not. All right, we're in the third period. 5-1 Canadiens. 28 shots on goal for the Kraken. 16 for Montreal. Cougs are about to beat A&M in the March Madness tourney, and San Diego State is up 45-21 against Yale. They may be smart, but they can't ball. Not on this level. Schultz, Tartar, Dumoulin, Yamamoto, Tolvanen. Take care of your mental health, and if you can't, start an OnlyFans. Yeah, plus with those, with me, I've dropped about 80, 90 pounds, since COVID too. So your boy is in shape, baby. I mean, being 250, 275 and being 190, it's like I feel half of me has disappeared, and it literally has. I just want to get to a point where I can actually buy something for myself. You know what I mean? Like, or actually do something fun. I don't even know what that's like. And I'm getting close to getting things situated from 2022, but I'm still not there yet. And then obviously I haven't filed my taxes yet, but then I have to file by, April 15th of next month. And then I'm going to have to pay, some for obviously, last year. So but they don't take any taxes out prematurely, on the YouTube side. So it's like you have to pay every year that you're doing it. There's no like, oh, I can claim one or claim two. No, it's like they'll send you a thing in the mail or an email, and then you pay. So then if your donos go down, you're fucked. And that's exactly what fucking happened to me. The lack of support fucked me over. And, to go from a certain amount of money and then to have that cut in half, has put me in this position. So, but again, I'm doing my dream, and that's what it's about. And if that means that I'm dead broke and, I'm in debt and I have to pay shit off, but I'm alive and I'm doing my dream rather than not being alive, then that's probably what I want to do then, Ebbs, Schwartz, Larson, Gord, and Borgen. Shit, I'd probably get better donations on OnlyFans than I do on here. I mean, unless we get things to change. But I mean, the amount of support that we used to get, to where we're at now, it's drastically declined a lot. That's just being honest, truthful. Your boy needs to turn into a hand model or get a. He said sugar mama. You need some goddamn sugar mamas. How many sugar mamas do we need, Shep? We need a couple. I need a goddamn fucking fleet of fucking sugar mamas, dude. Based on all this shit, I just want to get all this shit fucking taken care of. But you know, maybe that's where I get the sugar mamas. On the OF, dude. So that way I can actually be in the green and not in the fucking red. That way I can actually like eat something that I want. I actually can go do something I want. I actually can buy something I want. 14 minutes left in the third period. 5-1 Canadiens. 82-74 Cougs up on the Aggies. Fuck, you need a starting five. I need a goddamn football team. I need a fucking 11 on 11. I need 11 sugar mamas on offense, and I need 11 sugar mamas on defense, and I need a fucking sugar mama at head coach and at OC and DC. I need a fucking fleet. Yeah. Primo played great today for the Canadiens. Wish we had someone in net that we could rely on. 32 shots on goal, one goal. Brutal. My main thing also too is vehicle and Paisley. Because like I said, I have to be able to, if I were to go somewhere and not work from home on top of doing the YouTube thing, it's like Paisley is kind of high maintenance, and like you just can't have anybody watch her. She's 2.5, and I know how to. We communicate with each other, and that's my daughter. I'm the dog father. I am the dog father, not Snoop Dogg. So it's like, but if it's not me, it's like I don't really know, how that would go down. You know what I mean? She's a lot of effort. I put in a lot of effort with her, and sometimes she can be a little bit of a handful if you don't know what to do. But I'm skilled enough to, based off like phone work or face to face, I got no issues with that. Yeah, but also it's different, Matt, if you're like living on your own, rather than if you're living with your parents, or someone else. So it's like if everyone is taking care of rent and food and everything else, of course it's easy for you if you're not paying for that shit. But once you're on your own and you got a job and your car and you got fucking card fucking note and you got to pay insurance and you got to get food and then you got bills. Then you start to fucking realize you could be working 40, 50 hours a week and have no money, So you have to look at it from every point of view. Not everyone is in the same situation. If you got people taking care of you, yeah, then that's great. You know what I mean? It's a good situation. But if you don't and you're on your own, or you have a roommate or a girlfriend or a boyfriend or whatever the situation may be, it could supplement and help a little bit, but things are goddamn expensive. Like, just rent in a vehicle alone could put you in fucking bankruptcy, or homelessness, to be honest. Like, I don't think you realize, and stuff in Hawaii is going to cost more than it does, and for certain products than in the lower 48. But until you actually move out on your own, and you have to understand, like, you barely have any money left, and you want to go buy something for yourself, and then oh fuck, I ran out of toilet paper. What are you going to do? Wipe your ass with your fucking socks? You got to go get toilet paper. So there's a lot of things that you don't realize that people are paying for that you have to start paying for, and that's where your money disappears. Q-tips and fucking toilet paper and tissues and fucking laundry detergent, shit that you normally would never budget for. And then all of a sudden you realize, fuck, I have no money. Oh shit. And that's why. And not even including cable bill or internet or fucking electricity. Like, people don't understand until you actually, get into that situation on your own. So yeah, bro, that's terrible. The sad thing is, racism is never going to end, and that's just how it goes. It's terrible. There's always going to be sexism. There's always going to be racism, but it all depends on how the individual handles it. You know what I mean? And a lot of times where people are extra or rude, and they say shit like that, right? Obviously, sometimes it's how they're brought up, from their parents and their views, and they carry that over, or if they had a bad experience and then they want to label that particular race, everyone is terrible. So sometimes people are just fucking stupid, and you have to realize how many stupid fucking people are out there. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of motherfucking stupid ass fucking people out there, more and more. Sorry that you had to deal with that. But you got a good heart, man, and that's all that matters. Like, when I grew up, I was lucky enough in where I grew up in my neighborhood, I had black, Mexican, Asian, Puerto Rican. Like, I literally, just in my little neighborhood where we would play sports, I had literally like one of every race of person, pretty much everywhere there. So I never really saw racism or color, like where it's like, oh, I was surrounded about all black people or white people or Asian people. It's like I pretty much just, I got along with everyone. I never was going to be prejudiced against someone because of the color of their skin. But again, sometimes, people grow up in a certain area where it's all black or it's all white or all Asian or all Mexican. And then that's where, racism can build, where you're just around your particular race and you get ignorant, and then, of course, you're going to have similar interests and you're going to be around people that look like you, but you also have to understand that, there's going to be people of other races, other skin color, other religion, male and female, a different type of sex, a person, male or female, or gay or straight. And there's a lot of amazing people out there, but some people are not even willing to have the idea to engage with people just because of if they're gay or straight or the color of their skin, and that's the ignorance at its fullest. So crazy ass people, man. Yeah, and plus, racism in the South is still going to be the strongest out of everywhere in the world, or in the, at least in the United States. You're still going to have, that type of feeling, in that area of the country. And we're still going to have racism in the Pacific Northwest or in the East Coast or in the Midwest, but definitely in the South, you're going to have more of it there than anywhere else in the United States. So, yeah, for real, right? Yeah. You're like, dude, I'm brown or I'm chocolate. You're dark chocolate. Why are you hating? Uh, the Jim Crow for real though. You had to be like, wow, man, different shades of brown or black. Haters, haters, haters. Yeah, it's sad when people are like that, man. That's why I always try to be able to, you know, just be real, and I try to keep an open mind on certain things. You know what I mean? But a lot of it's ignorance, and a lot of it is just how you grew up. And again, if you grew up with like racist parents, or you grew up with racist people that brought you up, chances are you're going to be racist. That's just the reality. Luckily, I didn't have to go, grow up that type of way. So, but I definitely have had plenty of racist stuff towards me too. You know, because obviously being half Asian, half white. So because obviously the full Asian people would never accept me. Like we would always play ball and gamble and stuff. Like the Koreans and the Japanese and the Chinese and the Vietnamese and the Laos, right? But I could definitely tell that there were certain Asian, people that I could be like friends with, but I could tell like behind my back, you know what I mean, that they were hating on me just because I wasn't full Asian. Because I was half breed, and I was the guy that was cool with the athletes. I was the guy that was cool with the car people. I was the guy that was cool with the people that played cards or Magic the Gathering, or I was like friends with everybody. You know what I mean? But I could definitely tell that the haterade was flowing. With some of those people. It wasn't good enough that I was half. But it's all good because a lot of those people that were hating on me, a lot of those girlfriends that they had, they ended up liking me at the end of the day. So let the best man win. 86-83 Houston. What a comeback for A&M. 41 seconds left. Less than 10 minutes to go. 5-1 Canadiens. Yeah, right. But I'm saying if you grew up with racist people that there's going to be a chance, that you're not. You know what I mean? But there's a more highly likely probability if you have two people that are extremely racist, right? That everyone can make their own decisions, but we've learned, there's a lot more followers out there than leaders. Bottom line, and there's a lot of people that will just, drink that Kool-Aid, not maybe realizing that that's not, okay. That's not the norm, even though it may feel like the norm based off that particular area. Like, for example, like Shep in the South, you know what I mean? But, some people are going to be able to make up their own minds, but some people don't. Some people are only going to be a product of their environment or who, or around them. And that is a reality as well. I mean, look at how many dumbass people that are out there. A lot of them. Can't believe A&M is getting close. Nice little run by the Aggies. Take care. So what we learned from Shep, uh, everything costs a lot of money. Job is screwing people over. Going to start an OnlyFans and move to Oregon. Is that what I'm hearing? Is that what's going on, Shep? He said, I'm going to be a foot model and I'm going to make that bank. Shep will be the foot model. I'll be the hand model. Oh, a couple opportunities for A&M, in and out, in and out. 86-83. Good effort and energy out of A&M and the Aggies. They're fighting for their life right now. All right. Take care. I appreciate your support. And I'll be here for you, on socials or in the stream if you need me. Throw some bows. Yeah, but I think life is always about choices. Like for example, a couple days ago, right? If it was a younger me, I might have done something different, right? Based off the crowd that I was hanging around, but I was taking Paisley for a walk, and there was this high-end vehicle, right? And the person left the keys in the trunk, like the car keys, everything, like there, right? And some people would just walk by. Some people would steal the keys. Some people would steal the keys and steal the car. You know what I mean? But well, I figured, I should do the right thing to do. And luckily, I'm in a neighborhood that doesn't have a whole lot of crime. But I ended up going out of my way, knocking on the door, and telling, the dude, hey, your keys are, in your trunk. You better grab those before someone else does. You know. But I'll tell you what, if that was 25, 30 years ago, who knows what have possibly would have happened based off the friends that I had back then. So, sometimes you got to be the bigger man and do what's right, just because some people won't do it. But, that made me feel good. I'm always going to make sure, to try to do the right thing. If I find a cell phone on the ground, I'm not going to try to open it up and steal their money. I'm going to try to figure out whose it is and, to give it back to them. And I know Shep is kind of that same way too. So, and karma's real. You end up doing bad shit. Bad shit will end up happening to you. But I'll tell you what, that high-end black car with those fucking keys in the trunk, I had to do a double take. I was like, is that really real? I was like, are the keys just sitting there? And I could tell that the person hadn't been outside in a minute either. So, but at least the person was good enough to drop a thank you and whatnot. I mean, imagine leaving your keys in your trunk, and then all of a sudden you go outside and your car's gone. $7:09 left in the third period, 5-1 Canadiens. And luckily, the Mariners are just right around the corner. I can only handle so many losses in a row from this Kraken team. And if it keeps going this way, we're going to be on like a 10-game losing streak. Brutal. 86-83 Cougs. Easier said than done. Nice. Yeah, me too. Oh, in and out. A foul. Foul. How did that guy not get called with the foul? Unbelievable. Did you see that on A&M? The guy got the three. Taylor shot the three off his own rebound, got fouled, and they didn't even call it. You should give that guy an opportunity to shoot those 3 free throws. Shoots a deep three, right? Gets his own board. Let me see the other angle if he actually did get fouled. The first angle that I saw, it looked like he got fouled. Second angle, it didn't look like it was that bad of a foul. Wow. See, and that's good karma. Good karma. And I really do truly believe karma is real like that. Like there's always going to be that piece of you, even if you're not a bad person, where you see this like opportunity where you can be on a come up, whether it's money or something else like that. But in your conscience, if you do this, right, then a string of bad things are going to start happening to you. And it almost always happens to every individual, not all the time, but eventually, things will catch up to you. So. The Kirk Cousins move is money, bro. You have to understand, he's going to make everyone on the team better, and obviously Heineke for Meineke and Ritter ain't it, and if you're not going to go for one in the draft, and there's going to be a lot of busts in this draft at quarterback, whether people want to understand that or not. You might only get one guy that pans out of the 6, maybe two, one or two pan out, one or two are going to bust, one or two will pan out, two will bust, and then two will probably have to wait to their second or third team to actually make it work. So it's not like all 6 quarterbacks are going to be great. And Kirk Cousins to me is still a top 12 quarterback, and sometimes he'll even get into that top 10 range. He might not have a lot of playoff wins, but Bajon will benefit. Drake London will benefit. Kyle Pitts will benefit. Offensive line is already pretty good. Now you just need a defense and probably better coaching. Wow, A&M hit that. Are you kidding me? Did you see A&M? End of regulation 86-86? What? Or did they review it and call it no good? Wow. I just looked over and I saw 86-86. Unbelievable. Everyone's cheering. Let me see it again. 1.2 seconds left. Nice pass. Oh, that's in time. Oh, no, it's overtime, baby. That's overtime. Houston does not survive. Wow. Unless I'm seeing something that you're not seeing. But it looked like he got that off before the 0.4. Unbelievable. Yeah, but honestly, even him coming off an injury, he'll still be better than Ritter and Heineke from Heineke. Like Atlanta has a chance now with Kirk Cousins and that team to get to 10 wins. To be right there with the Bucks and the Saints. So if you have Heineke from Heineke or Ritter, you're not getting to 10 wins. You're going to get to 9 or less, but more than likely something between 6 and probably 8. So you're definitely going to get a couple extra wins by just having Kirk Cousins there. So. But the one that could benefit the most would be Pitts, because if you draft a guy in the top 5 or top 10, you want him to look like Sam Laporta, right? Not like Kyle Pitts. You know what I mean? So we'll see if Pitts can, rejuvenate his career, and then maybe Pitts can turn into a top 6 tight end in the league, right after all the top guys with Kelsey and Mark Andrews and George Kittle and Sam Laporta, and then maybe Pitts can be in that next group after those elite guys because Cousins can get him the ball. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you still got a long ways to go, but the team should be drastically improved. I mean, as a Bucks fan, would I take Kirk Cousins? Yeah, I would take him. He's better than Carr, and he's better than Tannehill, and all those guys were ranked 10, 11, 12 for many, many years, right? And so I think Cousins ended up being really the best one out of those three. Better than Tannehill, and he's better than Carr, in my opinion. So, and if you watch the documentary Quarterback, the Netflix series, you got to see what kind of man he is off the field. It's Kirk O'Chain. He's got a great relationship with his kids, his wife, his teammates. He's a cool dude for Michigan State. You know what I mean? Like that guy is a class act, and he's always going to give his all. And that's what you want. You want to have a good guy on the field and off the field, and that's him. So I've always been a Kirk Cousins fan. I've always rooted for the guy. I think statistically, you're going to see Tua lead probably more categories, because you have Tyreek and you have Waddle and whatnot. But I would say Tua would probably be more turnover prone, than Kirk Cousins. You know what I mean? I think Kirk Cousins is more of a natural born leader than Tua, but I think if you're looking at, age and skill set, some people would probably pick Tua over Kirk, but they're pretty close. They're both going to be sitting around 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, depending on if they play good or bad. But those guys are pretty close to each other, I feel, based off like numbers and what you're going to get. And Tua probably has an advantage because he's got Tyreek and Waddle, and you got Raheem Mostert, and you got the coach. So Tua is set up in a better position to succeed. Now, if Kirk Cousins went to Miami, right, he could probably put up just as big of numbers as Tua, maybe even more touchdowns and possibly less interceptions. So, I don't mind Tua either. I'm hoping Michael Penix Jr. can turn into the NFC's Tua. You know what I mean? But again, a lot of people hate on Tua, but Tua's numbers, if you look at some statistics, some of his statistics will be, top 5, top 10 from time to time in the NFL, but he just gets overlooked a lot, just because it's Tua, Like Tua could be, top 5, top 7, top 8, and there would be people saying that he sucks. That's just the reality of NFL fans. Some people watch football, and some people talk football. There's a difference. 37 seconds left. 5-1 Canadiens. But if you're looking at Kirk Cousins' stat line, I mean, it's pretty fucking good. You know what I'm saying? So after he actually got a chance to play in 2014, right? So 10 touchdowns, 9 picks, you know, and he had 4 touchdowns, 3 picks, 4 touchdowns, 7 picks, 10 touchdowns, 9 picks with like RG3. But then once he became a full starter, 29 and 11, 25 and 12, 27 and 13, 30 and 10, 26 and 6, 35 and 13, 33 and 7, 29 and 14, and 18 and 5. So to me, that's top 10 numbers as a quarterback. That's either 10, 11, or 12 right there, right? And then if you look at Tua, 11 and 5, 16 and 10, and in the last 2 years, 25 and 8, 29 and 14. So, you know, and he's got the benefit of having Waddle and Tyreek. So if I had to pick one of the two, I think I would go Kirk Cousins. You know, it's like Tua's putting up these numbers, you know, and you got, you know, like imagine if Kirk Cousins had fucking Tyreek and had Waddle, he would have better numbers than I think than Tua would. You know, I think if you had Tyreek and you had Waddle, he would have 30 touchdowns or more, you know, and he was able to put up 25 and 29. So, but I still got love for Tua and I got love for Kirk Cousins too. End of the game. Canadiens 5, Kraken 1. Yeah, unless somebody trades up for him. And he might not even be the first one off the board. You know, a lot of people think that he might be the second receiver off the board, not first. So, you know, we'll have to wait and see. There's still going to be a lot of madness in the draft and whatnot. Well, Shep, it was good to have you come in the room. So we both have come to the conclusion that we don't have enough money. We both are going to start OnlyFans if we need to, and maybe you'll move to Oregon. O-Dog and Shep on live stream, but not OnlyFans though. Don't get any crazy ideas. Okay. But shit, if you move to Oregon, yeah, man. But you know, sometimes a change of scenery would be good. It just depends on, you know, your happiness. We only live so long, you know. And if they're dicking you over, you know, and you feel that, you know, you're not happy as you were, you know, sometimes a change is good. Sometimes just a job change is good. And then sometimes maybe moving out of state, you know, and remember, that is something that you and me have talked about. You already talked about, you know, considering moving out of state even a couple years ago. It wasn't really something that you were actually going to act on back then, but you've always had an idea of possibly maybe going to somewhere new, you know. And when you work for an airport, you know, and being able to see these different cities, you know, and to see what they have to offer for nightlife or for food, you know, and you know, places to do things and games to go to, you know, it might be a possibility, right? Well, I need to go take care of Paisley. I still need to go on another walk, another long 30 to 45-minute walk. I'll probably get rained on, but we got 2:31 here left with this basketball matchup. The Cougs with a nice layup. It looks like they're starting to pull away unless A&M can go back-to-back threes here. Yeah, you tired of the ATL. Time for something new, bro. Time for something new. So that way, when you go to the grocery store, they don't say some shit like they said to you about the Africa. You know, we got a lot of diversity here in Oregon too. Food carts, you would love it. You know, the food cart game. You know, we're one of the best in the country. You know, a lot of people have copied a lot of the stuff that we've put into place in Oregon and Washington with the food cart game. So if you're looking at good quality food, we got a good variety here. But that'll be up to you and your happiness, brother. All right, so tomorrow on the NHL side, as we look to see what we have possibly to do tomorrow, Golden Knights and the Blues, and the Kings and the Canucks. So Golden Knights, I like doing. Blues is Sarah and John's team. So I could consider doing that tomorrow at 5 o'clock. It's a decent time on NHL Network, so it's a national broadcast. Obviously, March Madness, we don't have anything because we have to wait. I mean, the women's are playing. Iowa versus West Virginia at 5, Caitlin Clark. And I would consider, necessarily doing that, but I don't think we would have enough people show up, you know. But I don't know. Maybe we would, Obviously, like, subs, dono, shares. I'm just trying to be able to maximize, the ability to be able to try to, survive and whatnot. Monday Night Raw, yeah, yeah. And once Monday Night Raw goes to Netflix, that will be something that we could always pivot to. I like doing Monday Night Raw. If we could end up watching it at the same time, I definitely would consider that. So we'll figure it out. And hopefully there's some NFL news. We could consider doing something on the NFL side. But at the time being, maybe, maybe we end up doing Caitlin Clark and maybe we do Iowa, West Virginia tomorrow. I will consider it. I mean, they're heavy favorites for 15.5, but, it would be kind of nice to see if we can get any females that follow college hoops or for men, and maybe we could get somebody. Oh, deep three there, 95-93 Houston. So that'll be the options more than likely then. We're going to either do the Golden Knights and the Blues, or maybe we do women's March Madness since there's nothing on the men's. Everything is over until Thursday. So maybe we'll do one of those. Then I'll have to do a Caitlin Clark on the thumb. I've never done that before, but, it's always good to be able to, branch out and do things. And I am excited to watch her more than anybody in the men's or the women's, no lie. So maybe we'll do a poll or a vote, or I'll just talk it over with Sarah and we'll go over it. And we've done a lot of fucking hockey on the channel, you know what I mean? And, it's us stream. So maybe I'm leaning towards Caitlin Clark tomorrow. So, maybe we do that. And if it ends up, being a little lower than anticipated, I mean, I know I'll still enjoy the matchup and whatnot. So, and again, we've done a shitload of fucking NHL, and to skip NHL for a night to do, a stream that may or may not hit, but again, hopefully we can get some support on there. And I would enjoy watching probably the Iowa game more than the hockey matchup, even though I do enjoy watching the Vegas Golden Knights and whatnot. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll go Iowa tomorrow. Maybe we'll end up doing the women's. I mean, I already did Oregon yesterday, and I had fun doing that, even though we ended up losing, and we ended up getting decent results with that. I mean, especially with streaming on Twitter/X, we had like 170 people in the room, based off the 2 locations that I'm streaming. So, and if we ended up doing Caitlin Clark tomorrow, maybe we hit, 30, maybe we hit 40. There's a chance that we might hit 100 to 150, 170. I don't know. I don't really know what the YouTube game is like for female, hoops. As far as March Madness, what Valhalla, Sarah, has he done any women's, or is he only doing men's on the March Madness? Has he done women's yet at all, or no? But I'm kind of leaning towards Caitlin Clark tomorrow since it's on it at the same time. Bueckas, yeah, and Juju, yeah. I mean, I know some people don't really give a shit about the women's side, but I mean, I actually, and the thing is with the women's in the last couple years, they play like the men's. They can shoot, they can ball. It's not like we're watching an inferior game or an inferior athlete. Yeah, they may not be able to throw down 360 dunks like the men's, but as far as the skill set of the women in the last couple years, including this year, I feel that their game is just as entertaining as the men's. They've caught up. But again, you have to have elite talent for people to be able to pay attention. And for her, breaking records is kind of putting people on notice. So he's only done men's. Well, maybe O-Dog is going to do Iowa women's tomorrow. I mean, it's just a stream, right? And hopefully we can get some goats to come through to, dono and support. So, but we'll talk about it tomorrow. But we'll probably end up doing Caitlin Clark tomorrow. I mean, like I said, it's at the exact same time. Why the fuck not, right? I mean, and like I said, I wanted to try to, squeeze in, a little bit of the men and a little bit of the women's, and a lot of people are paying attention. So, and I think that we would get probably more views, even if it's women's. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, we'll get more views on the Iowa with Caitlin Clark than we would on a regular season matchup between the Vegas Golden Knights and the St. Louis Blues, which no one is really going to give a shit about, except if you're a Blues fan or if you're a Vegas Golden Knight fan. But let's be honest, a lot of hockey fans are paying attention to the bracket. A lot of people are watching, March Madness right now. So if you're watching NBA normally or NHL, you're kind of taking a step back. A lot of people are, and they're focusing on March Madness because those games actually mean something rather than a regular season matchup that doesn't really mean anything. I mean, the wins mean something at the end, but you know what I mean. So Caitlin Clark tomorrow, huh? I think that's what we're doing. Well, I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys very, very much. It was great to have you in the room. And like I said, you need to try to make an effort when you can, when you're not tired, to come in. Because when we get people like Shep to be in the room, it uplifts the room, based off the conversation. Same thing with JT. It's like when we have certain people that are goats on the channel, but they don't show up as often as others. When they do show up, the conversations spike and it gets a lot more interesting. I just, hopefully in the future, I don't have to, have you get like racist comments towards you, but it's, good conversation to be able to bring up, and I always will support you. I love you, appreciate you. And hopefully we get a little bit more of Shep and JT in the future. So, but I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys very, very much. Shout out to all the people that donated, commented, and shared. And hopefully we can get a little uptick in support moving forward. So I got one question for you. Who talk sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics. Check my socials tomorrow for the game that we're going to do, more than likely Caitlin Clark and Iowa, or possibly an NHL matchup. But I'm thinking we're going to do March Madness for the women's. And I'm out. Gang, gang. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a great rest of your night. Have a great rest of your weekend. And I'll be here tomorrow covering more than likely March Madness. Have a great rest of your night. Gang.